Higher Learning is a show about adults learning interesting facts while under the influence of marijuana. This show is filmed in Vermont, where it is legal to smoke. The staff involved in the show want to be clear that we do not support its use by those too young or where it is illegal to partake in such behavior. While this show doesn't show the usage of drugs or use coarse language, it is not intended for children. Parental discretion is advised. Now, let's get to the burning and learning. Welcome to Higher Learning, a class in disjointed education.
Yes.
We've been doing the show about a year now, which is actually interesting because I remember last year, I'm pretty sure I did for Halloween 25 candy facts, and here's the thing. Well, first I'll say what the show is. This is the show where I tell 25 facts to my son while he's high on an edible, which he currently is. This time it's what? Gummy chocolate. Oh, no, it was the cookie. We're not going to say any names, but like there's a person he knows cookie that makes cookies. Anyway, a year ago, I'm pretty sure I did 25 candy facts because a lot of them, I was like, oh, I'm pretty sure I taught him that. So I tried to get 25 different ones, but I also consume marijuana, and there is a very good possibility that some of these are the same facts because I didn't remember them.
And I could very well not remember them from
last year.
And I kept
all the other ones, but do you think I went back and looked to compare?
He could probably have done the exact same ones, and I would have gotten a different result on my quiz.
Probably. But I tried to get new ones. So compare it and let me know in the comments because that would be awesome. So here's your 25 candy facts. Oh, and then the second half of the show is next week he'll come in sober, and we're going to test him to see if he's going to puff, puff, pass.
Or puff, puff, fail.
Now this week. Harry Burnett Reese invented and sold the Lizzie Bar and Johnny Bar, named after his daughter and son. But his chocolate-covered peanut butter cup creation, which he named after himself, was the biggest hit.
What's his name?
Harry Burnett Reese.
Oh, Reese?
Yeah.
Well, I guess that's the guy's name, Dad. You were looking for him.
Yeah. Leo Hirschfeld, the inventor of Tootsie Rolls, also invented Brahmagellan jelly powder, a gelatin dessert that was before Jello, but like similar. In 1897, dentist William Morrison partnered with confectioner John C. Wharton to devise a machine that used centrifugal force to turn sugar into cotton-like strands. The result is what we now call cotton candy, but that name didn't come until the 1920s. For the first 23 years, it was called fairy floss, which I believe they call it that in England.
They call it candy floss and fairy floss.
Yes.
Yeah.
Milky Way was meant to mimic the taste of a malted milkshake, which was popular in the 20s.
Never had a malted milkshake.
You've had malt things, though, right?
Like, I've had malt balls.
And what's that? The chocolate
ice
malt
cream
drink. No.
Ovaltine?
Yeah.
Ovaltine.
You've had the chocolate one.
This is not a sponsor, but I really love Ovaltine.
We don't have sponsors for this.
No.
Like, who's going to do it? Unless it's like an edible company. Right.
Candy?
Well, the two M's in M&Ms stands for Mars and Murray. Those are the last names of the two businessmen, Forrest Mars and Bruce Murray, who developed and financed the candy-coated chocolates.
Nom nom.
Clarence Crane created Lifesavers. He made his candies round instead of square, which was the normal shape for mints at the time, after visiting a pharmacy, and he saw a machine making pills that were round and flat.
Wow.
The word Pez comes from the German word for peppermint, Pfefferminz.
I hate it.
Dunkin' Donuts and Hershey once teamed up to create candy-flavored coffees. They offered Heath Bar and Almond Joy flavored options.
Both were good.
According to the American Chemical Society, eating 262 fun-size Halloween candy bars would poison a 180-pound person. But don't worry about death by candy. You would throw up before you had a chance to eat that much candy in one sitting.
Oh, is this a challenge?
No. It's not chocolate between the wafers of a Kit Kat bar. It's actually recycled Kit Kats. They pull any imperfect ones and then crush them up, and that's what's in between the layers.
So it is partially chocolate.
But it's also partially more wafer.
I don't care. It's tasty.
Yeah.
I wouldn't have known.
M&Ms have...
Hold up.
No. What?
How did they do that the first time?
Well, obviously they didn't with the first batch. M&Ms had proven to be among the most popular candy requests for astronauts on space missions, mainly because they're bite-sized and candy-coated and don't make a mess. U.S. soldiers in the Korean War used chewed-up Tootsie Rolls to patch holes in their vehicles' fuel lines.
That's
scary.
so
we're
disturbing.
eating that.
Yeah. That's good for my body.
In 2009, Butterfinger came out with Butterfinger Buzz, a candy bar that had 80 milligrams of caffeine, equal to a can of Red Bull. Wow. Due to low sales, it was discontinued.
What's the name of it?
Butterfinger Buzz.
I almost want that.
Well, it doesn't exist anymore, and if you get one from 2009, don't eat it. Junior Mints were named after a Broadway show, or inspired, called Junior Miss. Every day, 64 million Tootsie Rolls are made.
64 million?
A day. Well, think about
those
how
are
many's
amateur
in a
numbers.
bag.
Amateur numbers. Get them up there.
Oh. Haribo retailer Hans Riegel combined the first two letters of his first name, first two letters of his last name, and the first two letters of his hometown, Bonn, Germany. So Hans, H-A, Riegel, R-I, and Bonn, B-O, Haribo. It's him and his
that's
hometown.
like the biggest gummy bear company ever.
Oh, it really is. Dots gumdrops are gluten-free and vegan-friendly. So they don't have the hoof stuff that they use in jello and yeah,
Dots?
which is why it's a different texture.
It is a completely different texture.
I don't mind it, but a lot of people think it's too tough. The chewy ones. Yeah. Three Musketeers were originally named that because they came with 3 little bars, 1 chocolate, 1 strawberry, and 1 vanilla.
Yeah.
And
I heard that they used to be Neapolitan.
I would love to
I'd
try
love to
it
try
that way. Customers in the UK can buy jars of Twix spread. It's very Nutella-like spreadable goo that contains chocolate, caramel, and some crunchy pieces of cookie.
Where?
The UK.
Dad, we're moving.
No, we're not. An open bag of candy corn can last 6 months or more before I'll eat one. No, before going bad.
They won't go bad around me.
Willy Wonka and the Chocolate Factory was based on Roald Dahl's book Charlie and the Chocolate Factory. The impetus for Quaker Oats, who financed the film, or helped finance the film, to launch their own candy line, which became the Willy Wonka Candy Company, to bring imaginative candy creations to life. And today I saw Fruit Loops, I believe, has a Willy Wonka, because of the new movie, edition of their cereal that magically turns your milk purple for berries.
Yeah.
Very
how
flavored
about
milk.
I don't care, unfortunately.
Well, it's a prequel, so at least it's not
I don't want
hurting much. Saltwater taffy is not salty, watery, or made with salt water. Why the name? Well, according to New Jersey legend, in 1883, a storm hit Atlantic City's boardwalk, flooding several candy shops. When a girl went up to the candy counter and asked for a treat, the disgruntled proprietor joked and said, "All we have is saltwater taffy," and the name stuck.
Stuff's good, though.
Oh, I like it.
Banana.
Researchers determined that the Kit Kat jingle is one of the biggest and most common earworms. Break me off a piece of that one.
Oh, I was like,
It gets
I
stuck
didn't know
in
Kit
people's
Kat
heads.
had
Butterfinger got its name from a public contest. They're like, name this thing.
Oh, I'm so glad that Butterfinger is the one that stuck instead of something ridiculous.
And in Japan, adults can buy sake flavored Kit Kats. Sake is like rice
no, I
wine
know.
stuff.
Oh.
But here's the thing. I love that you have to be an adult to buy it.
Sake flavored, not sake filled.
It said in Japan, adults.
No, I know.
can buy, right, but I'm saying.
But like, it's silly unless it's got sake in it,
I don't know.
which
That's not
gross.
That's not going to be the question next week, so don't worry about
No.
it. You're going to give yourself a little tangent and be like, "Where's the question about the alcohol content of Kit Kats?" So there's 25 facts that most of them are new, if not all.
I don't remember any of those.
Right. And next week we'll come back and see if, when he's sober, he will puff puff pass
Or puff puff fail.